Hi, I'm Matt.
I'm Chris, and we're from Rusty Monkey.
I think we should always try and find innovative ways to come onto screen like that.
Yeah, we should do.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty good.
We're still in our warehouse office that we're working on over the next few months to get built, just to explain that we haven't broken in somewhere if you're watching us for the first time.
Yeah.
We're here to do another follow-up to our branding video. We had a few questions from some other people about this, and in particular, we'd like to talk about what we call cultural branding versus product branding.
We've done quite a lot of branding work for a few companies at the minute, and we've done a lot of research, and I've watched about 1 million hours of YouTube videos of Simon Sinek. Look him up if you...
Yeah, check that one out, because it's kind of key to what we're talking about,
Yeah.
the Simon Sinek Golden Circle, which we've mentioned previously. It's kind of led us down this road, really, doing lots of research. We feel very informed at the moment, so we want to try and share some of that value with you. In particular, I mean, I've made up the phrase cultural marketing.
Yeah,
I
sounds
don't know
good.
if it exists. Sounds great, doesn't it? But it came out in a conversation we were having with one of our clients that we were doing some branding for. And what do we mean by it? For a start, well, I think it's important to watch that Simon Sinek video so you can understand where we're coming from. And it's really about trying to identify that, the why message, why you do what you do, what do you believe in?
Yeah, people buy, his video suggests that people buy why you do something rather than by what you do. So people really buy into a company's ethics and what's behind the brand rather than just going, oh, here is a widget.
So let's make up a business, painter and decorator,
Oh, yes.
for instance. You know, what might they believe? Well, they might believe that they just want everyone's home to be a beautiful space that you can live in. They want calm, friendly environments that the family can enjoy and be serene and happy in. And if he communicates that message, that's what he cares about, then maybe he will connect with people and they will buy from him that way. It's a kind of a quick off the top of my head example.
I mean, that's good because people will, if you're looking to buy services from a painter and decorator, you want to know that they're going to clean up after themselves. They're really proud of their work. They're going to do the finishing detail really well. And you could get that across just by that simple why message.
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than just going, I just want a painter and decorator, go to the yellow pages and every person is the same. Painter and decorator, yes, yes, yes. They're all identical.
So sometimes we have to do a load of market research for a client, and we have to kind of drill down to who they think their demographic is, or who we think their demographic is, and other brands that they might buy from. And a lot of the companies we do work for, they'll always cite brands like Apple and Bose and sort of high-end tech companies to illustrate the kind of customer that they want to sell to. So we look at these guys a lot, we look at their marketing strategies a lot, and one thing that's really clear to us is people like Apple and Bose, they kind of do two forms of advertising. They do the cultural advertising. Here's an example.
Wow.
I know, amazing.
That's cultural, isn't it?
Isn't that cultural?
Yeah.
Is it cultural, you might be asking? Well, that's the term we're using to describe this advertising that's trying to get across the message of their culture. What are they about? What do they believe in? And what they're trying to do by this is to get this behavioural buy-in from people that share their philosophies. And sometimes they don't even have their products in there at all. Here's the Bose one.
What?
I know.
Yikes, no problem there.
So you can see that they're advertising heavily around a lifestyle thing. They're putting the customer at the heart of everything. However, when most people just traditionally think of an Apple advert, you're going to think of the iPhone being advertised, which is a beautiful product shot and simple messages. And there's no cultural advertising in there whatsoever. So they do both, and they're sometimes separate. And
Yeah.
sometimes, like in a web space, they might be together. If you check out the Bose homepage, it's a mixture of product and it's a mixture of cultural. And they're doing two things. They're communicating this why message, this belief message, and then they're moving to how they can make that happen. And then they're finally sort of saying what they do, and they're showing off the products as beautifully as they possibly can. So when and where to do these different forms of marketing is a really interesting question.
Yeah, and it's really interesting if you go out and look at, work with a lot of mid-sized businesses, global businesses, and it's amazing how many companies don't actually do any of the cultural marketing or the why message. They're just literally just focused on product, and you'll see it over and over again. But if you do a bit of that, why should people care about what you do, then you're going to get better results at the end of the day.
Yeah, and again, this is something that we probably will bang on a lot, the user journey, the customer journey, because trying to determine when and where you advertise which type of marketing can be really complicated. And the better you understand your users and your customers' journey, the better you can expose them to that cultural marketing. So for example, if we go back to the painter and decorator guy, maybe you see his van driving down the road and you clock his name and logo, so you look him up online. Now what we would want to see there is some cultural advertising straight away. We want to get that in their heads, in the customer's head, as soon as they look this guy up. So I mean, you can do stuff with online marketing to make that happen. So as soon as they visit your website, you can capture them, you can retarget them through social media and through Google remarketing, so that you can actually put cultural adverts to them straight away. You can put videos that kind of communicate that belief system and that lifestyle over to them. And once they get that brand association, that's when they'll make that behavioural purchase.
Yeah. And it's a really easy win. Considering so many people aren't doing it, if you do it, you're going to get results straight away.
Yeah, and once you've got that message, life's so much easier.
Yeah,
because
completely.
Your marketing can take care of itself, and it's not hugely expensive to do and get right either. So that's our tips on cultural versus product marketing. It's a much bigger story.
Yeah.
But that's our quick overview.
Yeah, and we'll put a few YouTube links in the bottom which will help you understand more, and if you want to explore this a little bit more, it's really good.
Yep.
And that's probably it for today. We'll join you on another vlog very soon.
Yeah. How are we going to leave? Let's run.